How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the end-of-year deal sale that runs through December 22nd. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm not sure what the goal for next year should be, but I think we can shoot for at least 20K. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $4.99, Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood bundles two of the most iconic entries in the legendary vampire hunting saga, remastered with smoother visuals, richer sound, and full trophy support. Experience Rondo of Blood, a classic side-scrolling action game starring Richter Belmont, as he battles Dracula's terrifying minions through deadly castles and haunted villages, and Symphony of the Night, where you play as Alucard, Dracula's half-human son, in one of the most groundbreaking Metroidvania adventures ever made. Both titles deliver moody gothic atmospheres, exquisite 2D art, and unforgettable soundtracks that help define an era of gaming excellence. It's an 87 average on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil 5 brings one of the most popular entries in the survival horror series to PlayStation 4 in full 1080p HD with a smoother frame rate, delivering intense, thrilling action and cooperative gameplay with cinematic flair and updated controls. Play solo or with a friend, as Chris Redfield and Shiva Alomar battle bioorganic threats across Africa, uncovering a sinister plot while facing hordes of infected enemies and powerful bosses. This fully loaded edition includes all previously released DLC, the fan-favorite No Mercy mode, and the new Mercenaries United mode, offering frantic, replayable combat and thrilling challenges across varied, beautifully detailed environments. It's an 86 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered is a dark, story-driven action-adventure following Shay Patrick Cormac, an assassin turned Templar during the French and Indian War. Betraying the Brotherhood to prevent disaster, you'll hunt former allies, uncover far-reaching conspiracies, and navigate a morally complex world of shifting loyalties as you explore detailed North American environments, from icy rivers to bustling colonial cities, while commanding the Morrigan in improved naval combat featuring enhanced weapons, enemy tactics, and dynamic scene counters. The remastered version delivers stunning graphics, smoother performance, and cinematic presentation that bring this shadowed chapter of Assassin's Creed to life. It's a 74 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Before Your Eyes is an emotional, blink-controlled narrative adventure where your real-life eye movements literally shape the story as you relive cherished memories, painful moments, and the defining events of a life already ended. You'll experience a heartfelt blend of family warmth, youthful creativity, and bittersweet discovery as the ferryman guides you through scenes that shift, transform, and unravel based on every blink you make, creating an immersive flow that feels intimate, personal, and quietly devastating. With its inventive mechanics, expressive visuals, and fully voiced storytelling, this short journey delivers a uniquely powerful reflection on love, loss, and the truths we hide even from ourselves. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 2 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Metro Exodus is an epic, story-driven first-person shooter from 4A Games that blends deadly combat, stealth, and survival horror in one of the most immersive and atmospheric post-apocalyptic worlds ever created, fully enhanced for modern consoles. Flee the shattered ruins of Moscow and embark on a continent-spanning journey across Russia, facing mutated creatures, hostile factions, and harsh environmental hazards in the greatest Metro adventure yet. Explore vast, non-linear levels, survive through the changing seasons from spring to nuclear winter, and follow a gripping cinematic storyline inspired by Dmitry Glukovsky's novels, delivering tense, unforgettable moments at every turn. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Assassin's Creed Unity sends you to 1789 Paris as the French Revolution erupts, following Arnaud on a personal quest for redemption that pulls him into conspiracies shaping the nation's violent upheaval. You'll free run across rooftops, slip through packed crowds, and infiltrate grand landmarks recreated with stunning historical detail, using stealth, parkour, and refined close-quarters combat to uncover hidden factions, expose secrets, and the forces manipulating the city's violent collapse. With dense urban exploration, cooperative missions, and a dramatic narrative centered on loyalty, betrayal, and revolution, it's a stylish return to classic Assassin's Creed fundamentals. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $1.49, SOMA is a haunting, narrative-driven sci-fi horror game from the creators of Amnesia, set in the eerie underwater facility of Pathos 2 where machines believe they're human. With the radio dead, supplies dwindling, and reality unraveling, you'll uncover unsettling secrets while exploring dark corridors, reading encrypted logs, and piecing together the mystery of what went wrong deep beneath the ocean waves. It's a chilling psychological journey that blurs the line between man and machine, forcing you to confront questions about consciousness, identity, and survival, all while evading twisted creatures and rogue AI that can't be fought, only outsmarted. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $3.74, Amnesia The Bunker is a first-person horror game from the creators of SOMA and Amnesia, plunging you into a desolate World War I bunker armed with only one bullet and a noisy dynamo flashlight as you confront oppressive terrors in the dark. Play as French soldier Henri Clement, scavenging scarce supplies, crafting tools, and navigating a semi-open bunker that changes with every playthrough, where randomization and unpredictable enemy behavior make each attempt uniquely tense. Hunted by a relentless reactive threat, every decision and sound matters as you explore, experiment, and uncover the fate of missing soldiers while unraveling the diabolical nightmare beneath the battlefield. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Shenmue 1 and 2 bundles two iconic open-world adventures that follow teenage jiu-jitsu artist Ryu Hazuki as he seeks to avenge his father's murder and recover the stolen Dragon Mirror. Journey through meticulously recreated 1980s Japan and Hong Kong, interacting with dynamic NPCs who live independent lives, solving puzzles, exploring shops, playing arcade games, and uncovering the intricate story of honor, revenge, and destiny. With updated controls, scalable resolutions, Japanese audio for the first time globally, and a living, breathing world full of secrets, side activities, and memorable characters, these remasters deliver a legendary, immersive experience unlike anything else. It's an 89 average on game rankings, average trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to get both platinums. For $4.99, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis sends you back to a collapsing Raccoon City as Jill Valentine fights to escape while the unstoppable Nemesis hunts her across the chaos. This enhanced version adds rewind, quick save, up-rendering, and customizable visual filters, making the survival horror classic smoother to play while still capturing its frantic escapes, branching scenarios, and tense item management that define the PS1 era. You'll push through zombie-choked streets, uncover Umbrella's darkest bioweapon secrets, and navigate tight combat encounters that reward careful planning and sharp reflexes as the night spirals out of control, heightening the tension even further. It's an 88 on game rankings, and there's unfortunately no trophy support for this yet. Hopefully it gets added soon. For $2.69, Forgotton Anne is a hand-animated narrative adventure where you play Anne, a young enforcer in the magical Forgotten Lands, tasked with guiding quirky, lovable Forgotlings, everyday objects brought to life, and maintaining order. You'll explore a beautifully crafted world, harness the power of anima to solve puzzles, and uncover the truth behind a brewing conflict between a passionate ruler and a ruthless rebellion, while your choices shape the story through branching dialogue. With fluid platforming, stunning traditional-style animation, and a soaring orchestral score by the Copenhagen Philharmonic Orchestra, it delivers a touching, emotionally rich, visually captivating journey. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $3.59, Never Alone Arctic Collection is a culturally rich puzzle platformer that includes Never Alone and the Foxtails DLC, developed in collaboration with Alaskan Native and Inupiat elders and storytellers to authentically preserve and share their stories. You'll guide a young girl and her fox companion across frozen tundra, leap across treacherous ice floes, and swim through underwater ice caverns, while solving environmental puzzles and overcoming strange, challenging enemies, either solo or in cooperative play. With the Foxtails expansion adding 3 new levels, new environments, puzzles, and a fresh rescue mission, the collection deepens the story and expands exploration opportunities. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Saints Row the Third Remastered is an over-the-top open-world action game where you lead the 3rd Street Saints in chaotic, hilarious, outrageous, and completely unpredictable criminal escapades across Steelport. Remastered for PlayStation 5, the game features enhanced lighting, textures, shaders, and 4K resolution at a smooth 60 FPS, bringing the city's neon-soaked streets and wild environments to life with unprecedented clarity, vibrancy, and detail. You'll hijack tanks mid-air, call in satellite strikes on wrestling gangs, and battle elite syndicate forces while exploring a city packed with absurd missions, crazy weapons, and endless opportunities for destruction and mayhem. It's an 85 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For 224, Indigo Prophecy, released as Fahrenheit in Europe, is the first interactive drama from Quantic Dream, creators of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, blending paranormal mystery with cinematic storytelling, deep moral choices, and complex branching narrative paths that continually surprise and engage. Set in New York City, you'll investigate a series of shocking murders where ordinary people are possessed to kill strangers, navigating tense interrogations, branching choices, and morally complex situations that shape the outcome in multiple ways. Play multiple characters, uncover hidden clues, and confront the supernatural forces behind the deadly conspiracy in a gripping, immersive, and suspenseful thriller. It's an 85 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil 2 is the original PlayStation survival horror classic, now enhanced with up-rendering, rewind, quick save, and customizable video filters to modernize the fear-filled, nostalgia-packed experience. Follow rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy on his first day in Raccoon City and Claire Redfield on her search for a missing brother as the two navigate zombie-infested streets, unravel Umbrella's sinister secrets, and fight to escape a city spiraling into biological chaos. Explore tense, claustrophobic environments, manage scarce resources, and solve clever puzzles while confronting iconic monsters and unforgettable set pieces that defined an entire genre. It's a 93 on game rankings, and unfortunately there's no trophy support for this yet. Hopefully we get it soon. For $3.74, Cat Quest II is a charming action RPG that expands the world of Felongrad with a brand new story, explosive spells, varied weapons, and a playful co-op mechanic that lets you switch between a heroic cat and a loyal dog on an epic adventure. You explore colorful, open environments, tackle dungeons filled with traps and enemies, and complete engaging side quests while combining new passive abilities and mastering a variety of swords, staves, and magical attacks. The game blends fast-paced combat, lighthearted exploration, and cooperative gameplay with a whimsical art style and clever humor, offering a delightful and accessible adventure for both solo players and friends of all skill levels. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil 6 is a high-definition action horror thriller that delivers 4 intersecting campaigns, fast-paced combat, and explosive set pieces that push the series in a bold, cinematic, and wildly ambitious new direction. Follow Leon, Chris, Jake, and Ada across global outbreaks filled with bioterror threats, chaotic shootouts, and tense encounters as each storyline blends unique gameplay styles, shifting perspectives, and memorable character moments that keep you constantly engaged. This version includes all DLC plus bonus costumes for every main character, giving you a fully packed, content-rich experience with solo or co-op options that keep the action intense, unpredictable, and endlessly replayable. It's a 71 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $3.39, Overcooked is a frantic couch co-op cooking game where 1 to 4 players must prepare, cook, and serve dishes under absurdly chaotic and unpredictable conditions in the whimsical Onion Kingdom. You'll chop, fry, and plate meals while dodging moving platforms, fires, and conveyor belts, working together or against each other to complete increasingly complex orders before impatient customers storm out. Journey through wildly inventive themed kitchens, overcome increasingly bizarre obstacles, and take on cooperative and competitive challenges that test communication, timing, strategy, and teamwork in this hilarious, fast-paced culinary adventure. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $4.99, Resident Evil Revelations 2 Deluxe Edition is a tense survival horror thriller that follows Claire Redfield and Barry Burton through 4 interwoven episodes filled with suspense, grotesque creatures, and chilling environments. You'll navigate claustrophobic locations, solve puzzles, manage scarce resources, and fight off relentless enemies while uncovering a dark conspiracy, with each episode revealing more about the characters and their harrowing circumstances. The Deluxe Edition expands the experience with extra episodes, costumes, additional raid mode characters, throwback maps, and new storage slots, offering extended replayability and a deeper, more immersive horror adventure. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $4.99, God Eater Resurrection is a thrilling, action-packed, intense, fast-paced, and exhilarating RPG that plunges players into a post-apocalyptic world where humanity fights to survive against monstrous origami threatening total annihilation. Take control of a new type God Eater armed with a variable God arc that transforms between blade and gun, mastering charge, combo, step, and air attacks to hack, slash, and shoot your way through hordes of enemies. With over 100 hours of content, deep character development, an addictive mission-based battle system, and cooperative online play for up to 4 players, every fight challenges strategy, skill, and teamwork in a desperate struggle to protect humanity from extinction. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil 0 is the chilling prequel that uncovers the events leading up to the iconic mansion incident, setting the stage for the entire Resident Evil saga. You'll alternate between rookie medic Rebecca Chambers and escaped convict Billy Cohen, using each of their abilities to solve intricate puzzles, manage scarce resources, and fight through terrifying biological monstrosities aboard a runaway train and deep within a secret Umbrella facility. This remastered version enhances the classic survival horror formula with crisp HD visuals, improved lighting effects, modernized controls, and full widescreen support while preserving the original's haunting tone and tension-filled gameplay. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Virginia is a single-player, first-person thriller that blends investigative storytelling, cinematic presentation, and atmospheric tension into a brief but deeply immersive and unforgettable narrative experience. Step into the shoes of graduate FBI agent Anne Tarver as she uncovers a missing person case in a small town shrouded in secrets, navigating a world of intrigue, moral ambiguity, and unexpected haunting twists that challenge perception and judgment. Explore environments, follow leads, and piece together the mystery through immersive, dialogue-free storytelling, striking visual direction, and clever environmental clues that keep you fully engaged from start to finish. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 3 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil Revelations is a survival horror classic remastered in full HD, featuring all DLC, enhanced lighting, sharper textures, and new gameplay improvements that make this the ultimate and definitive version to play. Set between Resident Evil 4 and 5, you'll take on the role of Jill Valentine as she explores a derelict cruise ship drifting through the Mediterranean, searching for Chris Redfield while uncovering a chilling bioterror conspiracy tied to the T-Abyss virus. Its claustrophobic corridors, oppressive atmosphere, and scarce resources heighten the fear, while delivering a perfect mix of slow burn tension and the punchy action of later entries in the series. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $4.49, The Council, The Complete Season is an episodic narrative adventure blending choice-driven storytelling, deep character progression, and high-stakes decisions into a tense, intrigue-filled experience. Step into the shoes of secret society member Louis de Richet in 1793, navigating a private island off England's coast where high-profile guests, including Napoleon and George Washington, gather, each hiding secrets and personal agendas that shape the story. Develop skills, make hard-hitting decisions, and face permanent consequences as you unravel mysteries, manipulate allies, and pursue the disappearance of Richet's mother, while engaging with a dangerous, colorful cast whose secrets influence every interaction. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil is the legendary survival horror game that defined the genre, now fully remastered in HD with updated visuals, smoother gameplay, and dramatically enhanced sound design for an even more immersive experience. In 1998, a Special Forces team is sent to investigate bizarre murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City, only to be ambushed by bloodthirsty dogs and forced to seek refuge in a sprawling, eerie mansion where danger lurks around every shadowed corner. With scarce supplies, tense exploration, and terrifying encounters, players must survive while uncovering the dark secrets hidden within the mansion's walls, delivering a timeless, suspenseful horror experience. It's a 90 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Mayhem Brawler is an urban fantasy beat-em-up that revives the 90s arcade vibe with comic book-style visuals, a kick-ass soundtrack, and fast-paced, combo-driven combat you can tackle solo or in co-op with friends. Play as superpowered officers Dolphin, Star, and Trouble as you respond to a routine call that spirals into chaos, battling street gangs, werewolves, hex-wielding wizards, and the sinister forces of a vampire-led megacorp while making choices that shape the story. With hand-drawn backgrounds, frame-by-frame animations, unique combat mechanics, and 3 possible endings, every fight and decision delivers adrenaline-fueled action in a world where every corner has a story to tell. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Dino Crisis is a survival horror classic from Capcom, where a covert mission to a remote research facility spirals into chaos after a supposedly dead scientist is found alive, and deadly, relentless dinosaurs roam the halls. As Regina, a highly trained special agent, you'll navigate claustrophobic corridors filled with intricate puzzles, keycard locks, and bloodthirsty prehistoric predators that strike with terrifying speed, forcing you to think, react quickly, and survive intense encounters. The game blends tense exploration, resource management, and strategic combat with cinematic storytelling, immersive visuals, and atmospheric music, creating a thrilling sense of dread. It's an 83 on Game Rankings, and unfortunately there's no trophy support for this yet. Hopefully we get it soon. For $4.99, Neon Abyss is a frantic roguelike action platformer combining run-and-gun chaos, evolving dungeons, and unlimited item synergies into a fast-paced, replayable adventure full of deadly enemies and surprises. Join the Grim Squad, a task force assembled by Hades, as you infiltrate the Abyss to defeat the new gods, with every death empowering you further and each run reshaping dungeons, items, bosses, and possible endings. Hatch and evolve pets for extra firepower, experiment with stacked passive effects from countless item combinations, and enjoy quirky minigames like piano performances, meditation challenges, and dance competitions that add variety to your perilous journey. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $1.79, A Juggler's Tale is a cinematic puzzle platformer where you guide Abby, a marionette, through a grim yet enchanting medieval fairy tale world as she flees captivity in search of hard-earned freedom. You'll navigate environments shaped by her puppet strings, solving clever traversal challenges, slipping past lurking bandits and deadly traps, and pushing through war-torn villages where danger and desperation hang heavily in the air. The game blends atmospheric storytelling, lyrical narration, handcrafted scenery, and theatrical presentation to create a uniquely immersive journey that feels both intimate and adventurous, layering emotional stakes with its inventive puppet-based mechanics. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 2 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Resident Evil Director's Cut is a classic survival horror adventure where you uncover the secrets of a remote mansion after the STARS team is trapped during a grisly murder investigation in the Arklay Mountains. You'll explore claustrophobic corridors filled with undead creatures, manage scarce resources with careful strategy, and solve tense environmental puzzles that slowly reveal the mansion's twisted experiments and sinister conspiracies. With added PS4 and PS5 features like rewind, quick save, and visual filters, this enhanced version sharpens the original experience while preserving its eerie atmosphere, iconic scares, and unforgettable tension. It's an 86 on Game Rankings, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $3.99, Wall World is a mining roguelite where you pilot a giant robo-spider along an endless vertical wall, digging into shifting caverns to gather resources while fending off waves of hostile creatures. You'll carve through procedurally generated tunnels to uncover new biomes, snatch up technologies for powerful upgrades, and race back to your mobile base before each incoming attack forces you into frantic tower defense combat. The blend of mining, exploration, rapid-fire battles, and constant progression creates a compelling rhythm, letting you discover secrets, build automated structures, and push ever deeper into the wall's strange, evolving landscape with growing confidence. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Moving Out is a chaotic, physics-based moving simulator where you join the Smooth Moves crew and haul furniture through suburban homes, haunted houses, farms, and all sorts of wonderfully absurd environments. You'll lift, toss, slide, and smash your way past obstacles as you race the clock, using momentum, teamwork, and creative problem-solving to wrangle everything from sofas to fragile appliances across increasingly wild moving jobs. The game's playful physics, colorful characters, and lighthearted level design create a hilarious, fast-paced co-op experience that constantly escalates its antics while still offering accessibility options for players of all skill levels. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4.99, The Blob is a colorful 3D platformer where you roll, bounce, and splatter your way through Chroma City as an amorphous paint-powered hero fighting to restore vibrancy to a world drained to lifeless gray. You'll soak up different colors, paint buildings and streets back to life, and outmaneuver the oppressive INKT Corporation while flipping across rooftops, smashing enemy machines, and rescuing Radians from their monochrome misery. The game's energetic movement, customizable colors and patterns, dynamic soundtrack, and lively Resistance Fighter cast create a playful, stylish adventure with an upbeat Revolution atmosphere that grows more expressive as you transform each district. It's an 81 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $4.99, LEGO The Hobbit is a whimsical action-adventure that lets you relive key moments from the beloved films, following Bilbo Baggins as he joins Gandalf and Thorin Oakenshield's company of dwarves on a perilous quest filled with danger, discovery, and unexpected humor along the way. You'll explore iconic locations, solve clever puzzles, and engage in lighthearted LEGO combat against goblins, trolls, and other foes, all with charming humor and playful physics that bring Middle-earth to life in miniature. With cooperative gameplay, unlockable characters, and countless secrets tucked throughout its vibrant world, this LEGO adaptation offers a fun, family-friendly journey through the epic tale of The Hobbit. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $1.49, Mystic Pillars Remastered is a serene puzzle adventure where you play as a wandering traveler restoring water to the drought-stricken kingdom of Zompi by clearing mystical Moncala-inspired pillars blocking vital waterways. You'll solve increasingly intricate logic puzzles across villages brought to life with detailed hand-drawn art, evocative animations, and a warm, culturally rich atmosphere influenced by ancient Indian architecture, traditions, and folklore. The remastered edition upgrades the experience with 4K textures, improved cutscenes, rewritten dialogue, and fresh English narration, making the journey smoother, more engaging, and visually captivating from start to finish. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Warhammer Vermintide, the Ultimate Edition, is a cooperative first-person action game set in the grim, chaotic world of Warhammer, where you and up to 3 friends battle relentless hordes of Skaven and other dark, menacing forces. You'll master a variety of hero classes, each with unique abilities and weapons, as you push through intense missions across richly detailed, perilous environments filled with secrets, traps, and massive hordes of enemies. This Ultimate Edition includes the full base game, all released DLC map packs, character skins, and 5 exclusive helmets, offering a fully loaded, challenging, and endlessly replayable experience for fans of teamwork, strategy, and fast-paced melee combat. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $4.79, Myst is a classic point-and-click adventure that transports you to the enigmatic island of Myst, where ancient betrayal, hidden secrets, and mysterious puzzles await discovery at every turn. You'll explore surreal landscapes, solve increasingly intricate puzzles, and uncover secret books that lead to breathtaking worlds created by a master storyteller, all while piecing together the mystery behind the treacherous actions of his sons and the fate of the island itself. This faithful remake preserves the original 1993 gameplay, inviting both newcomers and longtime fans to experience the haunting atmosphere, clever design, and richly imagined immersive settings that made Myst an iconic, timeless adventure. It's an 82 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $3.99, the Crackpet Show Happy Tree Friends Edition is a chaotic roguelike shoot-'em-up where you control the murderous cartoon characters from Happy Tree Friends and battle through randomized TV show episodes filled with mayhem. You'll blast, smash, and shred enemies using an arsenal of over-the-top weapons and stacked perks, face monstrous bosses, and upgrade your gear to become an unstoppable furry death machine across ever-changing, riotous arenas. With solo and 4-player co-op, procedurally generated levels, outrageous humor, and a colorful, gory aesthetic, this game delivers non-stop carnage and chaotic fun for fans of violent, cartoonish action. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $3.89, Strayed Lights is an atmospheric action-adventure set in a wordless, dreamlike world where you play as a newborn flame struggling to free yourself from surrounding chaos and reclaim your inner light. You'll explore luminescent forests, misty canyons, and mysterious caves, facing emotionally deformed creatures in fluid, strategic combat where shifting your colors is key to repelling attacks, pacifying enemies, and unlocking vivid finishers. With no dialogue, a haunting original soundtrack by Austin Wintry, and a visually striking cinematic presentation, this journey blends exploration, combat, and emotional storytelling into a deeply immersive, unforgettable experience. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is an over-the-top open-world action game where the leader of the 3rd Street Saints becomes president and battles an alien warlord inside a reality-bending simulation to save Earth, the galaxy, and all of humanity from imminent destruction. Remastered for modern consoles, it features updated visuals, character models, environments, and dynamic shadows, bringing Steelport's chaotic, vibrant world to life with sharper detail and cinematic flair. You'll unleash superpowers, wield outrageous weapons, drive bizarre vehicles, and tackle missions, DLC content, and hilarious encounters while enjoying the series' signature humor, absurdity, and over-the-top sandbox action. It's an 84 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $3.74, The Sojourn is a thought-provoking first-person puzzle adventure that immerses you in a stunning world of light and shadow, where every step challenges your perception of reality and your problem-solving skills. You'll solve increasingly intricate puzzles that test logic, observation, and timing, navigating environments that shift between luminous beauty and deep darkness, while uncovering the philosophical story behind the mysterious land. With color-drenched visuals, clever mechanics, and a meditative atmosphere, the game combines challenging gameplay with a reflective storytelling to create an experience that's as intellectually stimulating as it is visually captivating and emotionally engaging. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $3.99, Doom 2016 is a fast, brutally satisfying first-person shooter that reimagines the legendary franchise with modern intensity, cinematic polish, and unrelenting speed. Rip and tear through the depths of hell with an arsenal of futuristic and iconic weapons, powerful upgrades, and a savage melee system that rewards relentless aggression over hiding behind cover, all while fluid combat, expertly layered level design, and an adrenaline-pumping soundtrack keep you locked in a non-stop rhythm of chaos and destruction. Whether tearing apart hordes of hellspawn in the exhilarating single-player campaign, or competing in chaotic multiplayer modes, every encounter feels fierce and purposeful. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.